in opening Shavasana. So we're going to take the next 5 minutes to transition into our practice. Bringing our bodies are up here. Good job, get that part. You made it onto your mat already. We're also going to work on bringing our mind and spirit into the room for the true practice of yoga, union of body, mind, and spirit. So let the body just lie naturally wherever it falls. Let any little wiggles and movements kind of stir up and out. And then begin to try and find your stillness. Don't fight it if you feel a little urge or something in the body. Let it be, noticing whatever it is. And then start by noticing your breath, whether that may be. Notice your inhales, notice your exhales. Whether that's through the nose or maybe you follow it through the lungs. Maybe you follow it down into the belly. Let's do some deep breathing, some very intentional inhales and exhales. So when you inhale this next time, try to hold it for maybe an extra second or two at the top. Just staying with that breath. And then exhale very slowly, staying with the same exhale. Let it be a little longer. Maybe pause at the bottom. Same thing, try to do a couple more deep inhales and exhales. Connecting that breath to the body. And then you can return to that normal breathing. We'll use Ujjayi breathing, so in and out of the nose for practice today. Try to, not right now, but eventually we'll try to create that ocean wave sound in the back of the throat for Ujjayi breath. And then we'll spend a few more minutes taking a body scan, checking in with ourselves today. So start by bringing the awareness to the bottom of your feet. Your little foot chakras, one on each foot. You can imagine that we're going to cleanse ourselves from feet all the way to the crown of the head, using our own focus, our own energy. So all of your energy is in the feet and then slowly moving it up into the ankles. Just having awareness on this body part one at a time. Letting whatever come up. But imagining a cleansing, a healing from the inside, one cell at a time. Going up into the calves and the knees. Slowly going up the thighs, the back of the legs. And into the hips. Swirling a little bit more up into the core, that belly space. Healing one cell at a time. Up the ribs, your back. Eventually getting to that heart space. Notice that lightness and softness in the heart space. It naturally wants to open up. Let it go down the arms and then out of the palms of your hands. And then bringing the awareness to the back of the head. We'll move up the neck, being gentle, going at our own pace. Eventually having all awareness on your face. Soften your jaw. Soften your cheekbones. Soften the space in our eyes and your temples. Soften the crown of your brow, the forehead. And finishing off with the crown of our head, a full body scan from root to rise. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Feeling the union of the whole body now. The whole body is one. And we'll invite some movement into the body. Kind of waking back up. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Rock side to side. Release your low back. Still moving nice and slow. We're still transitioning into our practice. Tuning in with ourselves. Take this to a happy baby, a gentle happy baby. Grab the outsides of the feet, pull the knees down towards the mat. Opening happy baby, so just noticing where your hips are at today, how both sides are feeling, might be a little different from the other. You can again rock side to side here. And try to get your whole spine to touch the mat, your tailbone, your shoulder blades, the back of your head. And then kick your heels up to the ceiling, straighten into the legs, take some ankle circles here, breathe into your feet, go both directions, just giving some love to those ankles. And then we'll open up the back of the legs, try to bring your legs closer to your chest, just breathing into the hamstrings, the calves. Maybe you grab the back of the legs or the toes. Gently guide them a little bit. You probably feel it in the calves too. You can point and flex the toes, get a little bit. Just different angles. And then grab the back of the thighs. We're gonna rock and roll a couple of times up to seated. So you gotta get some momentum there, swing yourself forward, massage your back muscles a few times. And we'll sit just coming ready for boat pose. So we'll ground down through our sit bones. You're gonna inhale, lift up nice and tall through the chest. Begin to lean back until those feet lift off the mat, hands face each other. This is our exhale position. Inhale, canoe, spine meets the mat. Exhale, boat. At your own pace. Inhale, canoe. Exhale, boat. Use your hands on the floor to help, or the hands on the back of the legs. Keep going at your own pace. You can also drop the heels, or make it as hard as you want by straightening into those legs. Slow and controlled. Use that Ujjayi breathing for every movement. A couple more. All right, next job, we'll come back to boat. Drop those heels underneath us, roll over the knees. And take a couple half here. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the lower ribs down, gaze goes up. Exhale, move from the tailbone through the crown of the head, scared cat pose at your own pace. Breathe through these two poses. Inhale, gazes up, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, arch the spine. You can bend the elbows, you can even close the eyes. A few more rounds of cat-cow. Feel into that spine. Feel it from the tailbone, all the way through the neck space, the shoulders. And then we'll press back and open up the balls of the feet a little bit. So bring your inner thighs together and begin to sit the weight back onto your toes. If that's comfortable, you can release some weight by coming forward. Otherwise, kind of rock side to side, open up those toes. And then we'll get into the wrists as well. So press the back of the fists together. Stay sitting up nice and tall. All right, and then we'll come forward back to tabletop. We'll take our right knee out to the right 90 degrees and take some hip circles here, opening up with the knee, drawing circles with the knee, both directions. And then we're going to drop the right knee behind the left knee, fan your feet out so they're kind of supporting you, and then sink the weight back into that left hip. You can use your hands to guide the weight back, and you should kind of feel it a little bit in both sides. Keep everything else engaged, so even your belly button is still pulling up to the spine, your shoulders are relaxed. Sink back into the hips. Last breath here, and then your movement forward to tabletop. Release the knees, and we'll thread the needle right side. Inhale, right arm opens up. Exhale, send it under, over to the left. Open up the outside of the right shoulder by pressing your left hand into the mat and rolling over. Yogi's choice to balance with the left foot lifted. Last breath here. And then your inhale lifts you back to tabletop. Re-stabilize yourself, find that neutral position, so shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, and then take the left knee out. Or did I say knees over hips, hips over knees? And draw circles with that knee, go both directions. And then flex your toes forward too to protect the ligaments that go over the kneecap. Couple more. And then let that left knee lay behind your right knee, fan the feet out, and guide your weight back. So we're kind of getting into both hips here. You should feel it on the inside and the outside. Pull your core up so that low back stays protected. Every inhale, find a little bit more room, and exhale, sink into it. No, it hurts. You don't feel anything? No. Oh, you're too flexible. You're pretty dang flexible. Do you feel it now?
Yeah, I feel it on my inner, but I didn't feel it as much.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. You have a lot of freedom to move around in it. All right, we'll come back to tabletop. Release those knees. And then thread the needle left side. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, send the arm under over to the right. Your head comes down to the mat, wherever it feels comfortable. And then right hand can press into the mat to roll a little more over that shoulder. Gently come back to your tabletop. And then we'll tuck all 10 toes. Exhale, down dog, lift the hips, send them high, send them back, settle the heels. 5 breaths here, pedal out the feet, walk the dog. Good. One knee at a time. Let the heels drop side to side. Spread your fingers wide. Roll your armpits in to face each other. And then for down dog, your gaze is back between the inner thighs. If you can, maybe up at the belly button. Try to use your breath here to stabilize your down dog. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, look at the space between your hands, tippy-toe, tippy-toe. Keep the hips high to the front of the mat. Working on that core, and then ragdoll pose. Let the belly hang out on the thighs, grab your elbows. Sway side to side. Let the body hang heavy here. And for a little bit of more weight to the front of with your chest and stuff, you can roll the weight into the balls of the toes Notice how it just gently lifts your hips and then your head can come a little bit closer to the mat. So sometimes it's fun to play around with moving the weight around with your feet. Shake out your head, yes and no. Ragdoll pose. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. So relax your hands and then move from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Let the head be the last thing. Grounding through your feet, and then we'll take a couple of shoulder rolls here. Let them come up towards the ears, and then back down. And then in that relaxed space is where we want to be. Down, open, hands by the side, mountain pose. And then we'll bring our big toes to touch for chair pose. So chair pose, big toes touch, some space between the heels. Sweep the hands forward, hips go back. Sink down like you're trying to find that chair. So you have a tail, your tailbone, tuck it down a little bit more, core pulls in. Make sure you can see those toes. Hands are forward. Sink a little bit deeper, hands a little higher, gaze lifted, chair pose. Exhale, prayer hands twist to the left, or yeah, we can go left. Right elbow, left knee. Pull your belly button up as you inhale, and then exhale, press the palms, gaze over to the left, spinal twist. Keep the hips low, knees together, beautiful. One more deep breath here, stay with the pose, feel it in the legs. And then your inhale brings you to center. Exhale, twist to the other side, prayer hands, twist to the right. Left elbow, right knee. Get a nice good grip on it. Inhale, pull the crown of the head farther. Exhale, twist. Keep those hips low, knees together. Inhale through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose, hold plank, hold plank. One long line through the heels to the top of your head, so keep your hips as low, a little bit lower. And then we'll just drop right hip down towards right side, left hip down towards left side, working on those obliques, working on the core. Modifications here to drop to the knees or just hold plank. Feel those obliques though, we use those obliques through a lot of transitions. Stay with it, a few more breaths. All right, come back to center, drop the knees. 8-point pose, drop chest and chin. Keep those hips high, natural C curve in the back. And then walk those legs long, hands under the shoulders, press the feet into the mat. Inhale, cobra pose, lift up with the chest, gaze lifts, low back's working, lift up. Exhale, release, chin down to the mat, we'll do one more. Next inhale, lift up, cobra pose. This time maybe take a deeper back bend of choice. Wherever you're at, keep the shoulders out of the ears, lift up with the chest. Exhale, release, press down to a child's pose. So hands are under the shoulders, press your hips back towards the heels. Find length in the spine as you settle the hips down towards the heels. I like to swing the hips side to side a little bit, finding a little more room. Nice long spine. And then lift those hips. Move through your tabletop to a down dog. So you can tuck the toes, send the hips high, or however you like to get in your down dog. Child's pose or down dog will be your resting poses for class. And then from here, we'll take it through a sun A, meeting back and down dog. So this is just to warm up with your own pace. At the bottom of an exhale, look at the space between your hands, walk over, hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift, fingertips to the floor of the shins. Exhale, forward fold, deep forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, bend the knees, come up with a straight spine. Micro bend in those knees. Exhale, hands through heart center, down by the side, mountain pose. Next inhale, we restart. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shed the heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, take it through your first chaturanga vinyasa, which is a half push-up. Your inhale is an up dog or cobra pose, yogi's choice. Exhale is down dog, lift the hips. Nice job. Inhale, right foot lifts, high to the sky. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, give it a tap. Inhale, lift. Second exhale, knee to chest, don't drop the foot. Inhale, lift. Third exhale, right knee, right elbow, tap. Inhale, lift. Fourth exhale, plant the foot, come up, low lunge. Or drop your foot, drop your back knee, low lunge. Sorry, might have been a little confusing. So we're gonna stay in the low lunge for about 30 seconds here. So we wanna open that left hip flexor. Relax your shoulders, notice where else you're holding the tightness. And try to open this left hip flexor. So I like that block to keep the chest lifted. You also want to keep your belly button pulling up and in. That core pulled back adds to the stretch. Last exhale here. Send it back half splits. Straighten into your right leg. Walk your right heel a little bit forward. Again, I keep my hand on that block. It keeps the chest lifted. The focus here is back of the right leg. The nice thing to do is inhale, come up a little bit. And exhale, fold over right leg, forehead down towards the shin. Flex those toes up, you'll feel it in the calf. If full splits isn't your practice, you can take that. All right, inhale, lift the chest. We're gonna come forward to a high lunge. So pick up your back knee, sweep your hands forward. Deep bend in that high lunge knee. Exhale, cactus the arms, bend that back knee a little lower. Inhale, hands lift, not the knee. Exhale, cactus the arms. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Prayer hands twist to the right. Left elbow, right knee. Stay with those high lunge legs. Same thing like chair pose. Inhale, pull the belly button in. Exhale, press the palms, knees over to the right. Get a spinal twist here. All right, this next move cartwheels us all the way back to warrior two. So left hand's in a cartwheel forward and then come back, drop your left heel, right hand comes forward, deep bend in the front knee. Track that knee out, you wanna see that right big toe. Set it a little more into the legs, feel the hips nice and open. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, reverse. Left hand down, right hand up. Breathe into that right side body, big stretch. Exhale, extended side angle, right elbow, right knee. Left hand reaches up and over. Maybe you're holding a beach ball today. Your right elbow lifts off right knee. You're holding a beach ball in front of you. All right, we're gonna come back to high lunge. Sweep the left hand forward, pick up the back heel. Nice transitions. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, take it through a chaturanga. Vinyasa or skip it, knee and down dog. Inhale here, nice big inhale, longer than you would, and then exhale, side out. Nice down dogs. Inhale, left foot lifts, high to the sky. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, tap. Inhale, lift. Second exhale, knee to chest, hold as high as you can. Inhale, lift. Third exhale, left knee, left elbow, maybe left armpit. Inhale, lift. Fourth exhale, plant the foot between the hands, low lunge, drop your back knee. Opening up the right side this time. Low lunge. There shouldn't be any pressure on that back knee, so sometimes I'll press the foot into the mat to lift the knee to release any of that unnecessary pressure. The block into the hand, that makes it a lot easier. And then relax into it, a couple more deep breaths. And then inhale, send it back, half split, straighten to that left leg. Walk the heel forward. It adds to the balance. Flex those toes up. Inhale, lift the chest, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold, forehead down towards the shin. or full splits. That's a good practice. All right, getting ready to transition up to both feet. Try to get those feet right where you think they might need to be. And then inhale, sweep the hands up, high lunge. Deep bend in that front knee. Exhale, cactus the arms, bring that right knee closer to the mat. Inhale, just the hands. Exhale, cactus, open the chest. Inhale, one more. Exhale, cactus, and then twist over to the left. Prayer hands, right elbow, left knee. Press those palms together, gaze over to the left. Nice, strong high lunge legs. Squeeze those glutes. We cartwheel all the way to warrior two. Use your hands to sweep open, big opening in your hips with warrior two. Back toes out at an angle. Beautiful. Make sure you can see that big toe. Relax the shoulders, set a little bit more into it. Inhale, reverse. Left hand back, right hand on the low back, or right hand on the low back leg. Extend side angle. Left elbow, left knee, or you're holding a beach ball. Either way, reach with the right hand. Inhale back to high lunge. Right hand sweeps forward. You come up on the ball with the back foot. And then exhale, plant the hand, step out, take it through your other side. Or skip it, knee down, dog. We'll drop to the knees here, do a puppy pose. So it's like down, it's like child's pose, but you keep your hips high. Walk your hands forward. Let your forehead come down. And open up the front of the shoulders for puppy pose. Do you feel it through the front of those shoulders?
Yeah, I was going to say the full balance socket.
Oh, so you bend the elbows a little more probably?
Yeah.
Or you can use your block too.
Are you rotating them just like down now, or like?
Yeah, you rotate the armpits in a little bit so it doesn't feel like they're pulling out of socket. All right, let's walk both hands over to the right, reach to the left fingertips. Add a side body stretch. So this is more about left fingertip through left shoulder down to left hip. Side body stretch. Last exhale here. Release the hands through center over to the left. Really reach with those right fingertips. Feel the outside of that right shoulder open. Sink your weight back to that right hip. All right, make your way back through center, down dog. On the bottom of your next exhale, look at the space between the hands. Walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do a stretch here. Pick up your right foot and bring it to the back of your left foot. Pinky toes to touch. Bend your front knee to help get there. And then you can also have a block. Keeps the chest lifted. The goal is going to be this back IT band. So inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. With any forward fold, you want to pull your belly button in as much as you can. Creating a little more space, trying to get the head down towards the feet. Being careful with the joints. If you feel some like hyper pulling on the back of that knee, do a micro bend in the knee. Last breath, inhale, lift the chest, switch out those feet. Plant your right foot and then let your left pinky toe go to the right pinky toe behind. We'll bend that front knee a little bit to get into it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Even shake out that head here. We don't have to hold up the neck. Release. Last breath. Nice. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Both feet under the hips. And we'll bend. So reverse swan dive. Bend your knees so it's not too much pressure on the low back. And then come up with a straight spine. And then exhale, hands to the right center, down by the side. All right, we move back into that chair pose. Bring those big toes to touch, space between the heels. Bend the knees, inhale, sweep the hands forward, chair pose. Bend the hips a little more back. Look out for those toes, make sure you can see them. Try to keep those knees glued together. Exhale, hands twist to the right. Left elbow, right knee. Get that nice grip, and then press your palms together. Try to lift the gaze over to the right. Nice. Move the weight into your right foot. Kickstand your left toes. Move the heel towards the left glute, balancing on right side. Woo. Send the left foot back, high lunge, prayer hands twist. Yes, nice transitions. High lunge legs, prayer hands twist. We've been here before. Maybe you open the arms today. Spread those wings, left hand down, right hand up. Nice. Inhale forward, high lunge. Plant that back foot, warrior two. Maybe readjusting those feet, heel to heel alignment. And then again, check that front big toe. Make sure you can see the big toe. Inhale, reverse it, left hand down, right hand up. Exhale, extend it to side angle, right elbow, right knee. Or it's not. Maybe you're holding that beach ball. Left hand is reaching up. And then we're going to come to an easy twist. So left palm to the inside of right foot. You pick up the ball of that back foot, drop, or inhale the right hand high to the sky. So we're moving through a lot of high lunge warrior two today. And then we're going to drop the right hand to the inside of right foot, lizard pose. Drop your left knee. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. We're going to take about 45 seconds here to sit in lizard pose, open the right hip. So lots of little modifications. You can come down to your forearm. Press that knee out just a little bit. So there's a lot of freedom with lizard pose to move around and get into different angles. You can also add this quad stretch. Try to soften in that space. Notice where else it moves. It moves to my shoulders, so I'll try and soften in the shoulders. Soften even your toes. Space around the eyes. All right, drop that foot if you're holding onto it. Hands under the chest, step back to your down dog. Take it through chaturanga first, chaturanga vinyasa, or skip a knee and down dog. Just working on that strengthening and also working on movement with one movement per breath. All right, down dog. Get the space between your hands on the bottom of an exhale. Walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart center, down by the side. Chair pose, big toes to touch. Exhale, or inhale, send the hips back, sweep the hands forward. Same thing other side. So first we find this foundation. Keep those hips low, hands high, core, hold in. Exhale, hands twist to the left. Right elbow, left knee, press the palms together. Gaze over to about 3 feet out from your left foot. Find a spot on the floor that you can focus on with your gaze. And then move the weight into the left foot, kickstand the right toes. In your own time, that right heel pops towards the right glute, keeping that balance for a moment. And then send the foot back, high lunge, prayer hands twist. Hard transition, but you got it. Get those feet in that high lunge space. Maybe you open the arms today. Left hand up, right hand down, keeping the right elbow on that left knee if you can. And then cartwheeling to warrior two, or high lunge. Inhale, high lunge. And then exhale, warrior two. Settle into those warrior two legs. We're not going to move out of warrior two legs for the next couple poses. So try to keep the legs exactly where they are. Inhale, reverse it. Reach, reach, reach with those left fingertips. Exhale, extend to side angle. Left elbow, left knee, right hand reaches up and over. And then drop the left hand, right hand to the inside of the left foot, easy twist, left hand lifts. You're on the ball with the back foot now, it lifts off the mat. And then lower the left hand, walk that left foot out to the edge of the mat, drop your right knee, lizard pose. Same thing, other side, will be here for a bit longer, really breathing into the nose. And yogi's choice to find that best kind of lizard pose for you. As you exhale, a little more release. Really use the power of the breath there. While we're opening the hips. Last couple breaths. So use your breath. Really focus on releasing. And then press the hands under the shoulders to lift back. And then feet on our bellies. So just wiggle that left knee back to the right. And maybe you want to stretch out your legs a little bit here. But then we're going to lie down on our belly. Do a couple of back straighteners. So today we're going to do 2 Supermans and 1 bow pose. Superman is, first one we're going to do with hands forward, then we're going to do with hands backwards, and then we'll do bow for the third. So the goal here is to low back, you want to arch as much as you can. So starting with the Superman, hands forward, make sure your belly is comfortable on the back. Get yourself situated. Kick those toes back, hands forward on an inhale, lift up, Superman. Lift the chest, lift the thighs, squeeze the low back, gaze up, and release. With the hands come down, chin up here, either one. And then bring those hands back behind you. So this kind of forces your chest to open, it'll force the chest to try and lift. And then try to get the hands to face each other. Feet are still back, this one. Inhale, lift up, low back. Kick a little higher, squeeze those glutes, squeeze your low back, lift the gaze. And release. Chin or ear to the mat, hands can be wherever they're comfortable. Let's bend the knees and control our feet side to side. All right, back to center. And the last one's going to be full bow pose. So to get into bow pose, you kind of can do exactly what we just did with that last Superman. You want to bring those hands back behind you, and then kick your glutes, your heels towards the glutes, and you got your feet. Nice. Gaze this forward on an inhale, lift and kick. Lift and kick. Do you want to strap?
No, I have my left in this.
Oh, you have that. You're doing half bow beautifully. Lift up, kick up, nice job, Ali and KJ. Lift up, nice breathing. Release, release, release. Nice job. Hands come under those shoulders. Gently, slowly press back to a child's pose. So feel that spine rebounding. Send the hips down towards the heels. Settle side to side a little bit. Find your child pose. Forehead can come down to the mat and rest. And then bring yourself forward to sit it on your shins. So the inside of the thighs will come together. We'll do a fish pose here, a counter pose for that spine. Bring the head down in front of the knees. You're gonna cup your heels as much as you can here. So you're grabbing your heels. It kind of feels funny. Your forehead is just anywhere that's right comfortable in front of the knees. You don't want to have any pressure on the neck. On an inhale, lift the hips. Counter that spine, lifting hips as high as you can. Grip those heels, pull your belly button up, fish pose. And release those hips down, nice job. Whew. All right, pull those feet out from under you, come to a couple of seated poses. Start with the staff pose. Bring those feet straight out in front of you. You can imagine kicking through the heels to find as long as you can, even moving your tailbone closer to the floor. And then hands on the hips, inhale, find as much length through the top of your head as you can. Exhale, fold forward, keeping your spine straight as long as you can. And then release the hands down. Maybe they come towards the floor or your feet. Still pulling the top of your head towards the front of the room. We find length and fold. If you feel stuck, I like to inhale and come up a little bit. And then exhale, relax a little more. It's a nice practice. All right, inhale, press back up. We'll bring our inner feet together for butterfly pose. So it's the outer edges of your feet, and your inner sides of the feet can fall open. You can give yourself a little foot massage on that arch of that foot right there. And then open your feet like you're opening a book. And then we can walk, kind of wobble those knees side to side a little bit. And then we're going to fold forward in the bow pose, but you can have the option, if your heels are closer to you, you get more into the hips. If your heels are farther away, you get more into the low back, so you get to choose your bow pose, or sorry, I keep calling it bow. What is this called again? Butterfly. Butterfly, did I keep saying bow? Bees. All right, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward, same thing. Try to keep the spine long as much as you can, and then relax, forehead down towards the floor. Slowly press back up. And then we'll bring the left heel in towards the body and right foot out with a degree angle. Straight through that right leg, kind of out like that. We're going to get into this low back on the left side. So we're going to bring the right forearm forward and then sweep it over towards right shin. Open your chest towards the side. Inhale, left hand reaches up and towards right toes. Getting deep into that low back muscle. Keep reaching as much as you can towards the right toes. And then gaze is wherever it's comfortable. Gaze can be up or down. You don't really have to hold on to that head or anything. Inhale, crown reaches a little taller. Exhale, relax. And then sweep it forward, lift up. We'll bring the right heel straight in front of us and then lift the left knee straight up. So this one's going to be another forward fold. We're going to add a little shoulder bind. Yeah, you go right into it. So we're going to wiggle our right shoulder in front of left shoulder in front of the left knee. And the first thing will be the left hand tries to reach for the low back, or just chill on the mat, maybe if that's where you're at today, or you can grab your shirt. And then your right hand's going to reach around and try and grab the bind, or maybe you just grab your shirt or just the mat. And then inhale, lift the chest a little bit over the right leg, and exhale, fold over that right leg. Kind of a funny stretch. All right, inhale, lift up. So that one's weird. It has shoulder, it has leg, it has low back, but it's fun to play around with. So same thing, other side, we'll bring that right heel in, left leg out. And then we'll bow forward with that right or left forearm, scoot over towards left shin. Open your chest to the side, and then inhale, right hand sweeps up and over. Kind of rainbowing your fingertips all the way down, trying to connect with left toes. Big stretch in that low back right side. Try to stay with it. Gaze wherever's comfortable. And then release through center. Press yourself back up to seated. Bring your left leg straight, right heel in towards the body. So same thing other side. You're gonna roll the right shoulder in front of the right armpit. That's probably, if you like this, if this feels good too, just pulling that hip flexor towards the body. Or working on the shoulder, you ladies both have the bind. So after the bind, the next thing is inhale, lift the chest over left leg, and exhale, fold forehead down towards the shin. Beautiful. All right, last breath, release, lift arm up. And then we are going to crisscross the feet, roll over the knees. One tabletop back to down dog. We're going to take it through one Sunday and stand up one last time before we lay them down. So getting into our down dogs, put out the back of those feet, a lot of sitting stretches. And then on the bottom of your next exhale, with the space between the hands, walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat with your own breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Down by the side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push the hips. Inhale, half lift, last time. Exhale, plant the hands. You can step back, taking your chaturanga vinyasa. Or skip it, lean down dog. And we'll come to a pigeon pose. So take right knee to behind right wrist. Get that shin as high as you can. Walk the left leg long behind you. And this is a pose. We're going to sit in for at least a minute here. So nice, one of our last big openers with pigeon pose. So you can lower down one forearm above. You can use a block under your hand. You can even try to put a needle here if you want to stick the left hand over to the right. The only thing you don't want to feel is too much pinching over the top of that right knee or in the hip. And if you do, there's other poses we can come out of this. Do a figure four. If it's too much, come out. Just release a little bit and then come back into a spot that you feel like you can hold for 30 more seconds. You can return to that body stand that we did at the beginning of the class, where you're focusing on the space, the hip. You can imagine every little cell inside your body being able to cleanse and release, whether it's toxins or emotions or whatever it may be. It's perfect timing as every day has a little bit more light now. Slowly lifting back to down dog, only so you can get into the same thing other side. So it's at your own pace. Down dog, maybe it feels nice to do a little walk the dog. The last time we bathed in this pose. And then move into pigeon, left side, left knee goes behind left wrist. Try to get that shin parallel to the mat. Drop your right leg long. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can keep working on that other leg if you want, or have you done this supine figure before?
Yeah.
You probably know where your knee's at today, yeah. Just be gentle with it. We'll be here for a minute. Very intentional breathing. Very softening, opening. Last breath, last big exhale. And then press the hands with the chest. You're going to roll onto your backs now, so take any little movements to get there. Just meeting on the backs to finish up class. Lower down gently, use your forearms. And then hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself that hug that we started out class with. Wrap your forearms around the shins. Rock side to side. It gets your spine as long as it can be on the mat. One last happy baby, noticing the difference in the hips now. You can again rock side to side. Or just find stillness, trying to pull the knees as close to the mat as you can. Spine is long, tuck your chin down a little bit. Bring the knees back to the center of the chest, and then we're going to drop into supine twist. So let them fall over to the right. Take up your hips, bring them back to the center of the mat. Left hip stacks on top of right. Cactus your left arm. Supine twist, gaze goes to the left. You can bring your right hand to that left knee. Keep the weight over to the side. Gently come back to center. Find a neutral spine. Readjust yourself on the mat. And then take it over to the left. Nice big twist. Knees come to the chest and then fall over to the left. Or however you get into it, however you need to situate yourself. You do want hips to be stacked, giving yourself the ability to twist from tailbone through up to the shoulder space, through the head. Cactus that right arm. The gaze goes over to the right. release, make your way back to center. Get out any little last movements before we meet in stillness in our class in Shavasana. So any last little wiggles, stretches, about 30 seconds. And then let the body kind of slip away into Shavasana. Let the thoughts slip away. Really giving yourself this time. Toes roll out to the side, hands can be palm face up. With one hand on heart, one hand on solar plexus. Tuck the chin down towards the chest just a little, not so your head lifts, so that you're nice and tall. Inhale deep into the belly, nice big inhale. Exhale, welcome to Shavasana. Invite movement back into the body by wiggling fingers, toes. Let it wake up the rest of the body. You can flutter the eyes open. And then reach your hands overhead like it's the first stretch of the day. Maybe a yawn. And then roll over onto your favorite side using your arm as a pillow. Right side for grounding, left side for energizing. Getting blood to that space. Whatever feels best for you. And in this space, we will practice bringing yoga off the mat with us into the other 23 hours of the day. And then gently press up to a comfortable seated position. We'll end the class seated on our sit bones, facing the front of the room. Hands rest on the knees, sit up nice and tall. Gentle bow of the head, you can close your eyes if that's comfortable. Last inhale together, bring the hands overhead. And exhale the thumbs down to your third eye center. Noticing the space of the third eye. So here we are all connected. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday. I appreciate all of you. The light of me sees an office alive.